Hi Sag, welcome back to our channel. This will be your weekend reading. All right, I hope that you guys are doing well, had a great week, and gearing up for this weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And yeah, let's just jump right in, okay? So we have three cards here. Three. We have dating, we have tether, and we also have revenge. Okay, so a very interesting weekend for you, Sag. All right, so first and foremost, with dating, you could be going on a date this weekend. There's also this energy of reconciliation. So you could be reconciling with someone, maybe someone that you used to date. They could be reaching out to you. Maybe you're reaching out to them. There is this energy of dating or hooking up, or maybe even if you put yourself on a dating site recently. You should have a date or someone is asking you on a date. Okay, doesn't mean that you have to go. Doesn't mean that this has to happen or come into fruition this weekend, but it does feel like someone is looking your way and they're wanting to date you. All right. We also have tether here. So tether is the energy of like telepathy or intuition or sending subliminals to each other, subconscious energy. So there's someone that could be thinking about you or wanting to come towards you or reach out to you. You could feel that energy. You could feel the intensity behind that. All right. So there could be messages or signs coming through your dreams. Also, messages and signs coming through songs. All right. So when you're listening to your favorite playlist, if you're listening to a new playlist, if you're listening to the radio, you may hear some messages coming through a song or a specific song that is significant to a timeline of you and a certain person. All right. So that could be coming up as well, kind of putting into perspective who this person is, who could be thinking about you very strongly, or this could be happening for this person. And the most, outrageous and interesting card that we have here is revenge. All right, so there's a little bit of a vengeful spirit around you, or maybe you feel this way. There's energy of getting payback or retaliation or, doing something to get the attention of someone else. All right, so there's a little bit of a plot or a ploy here. Someone could be dating you. They could definitely be single, but it's an energy of wanting to get back at their ex. All right, or maybe you're doing this. Okay, there's some payback or I'm doing this to get attention type of energy. And it's interesting. Now, your current energy for this weekend is the Page of Pentacles. And I feel like you are learning something. You're learning about someone's ways, their behavior, their mannerisms. You could be picking up on it. But with this Page of Pentacles as well, it's like you're not really letting this person know that you're picking up on things. You're keeping your composure in a situation. So if someone is using you to get back at someone, you could definitely be picking up on that, but you're just not going to retaliate, or you're keeping your composure. All right. And also with the Page of Pentacles, it's an energy of it could be an energy of playing the game, like you're learning something. You could be learning some type of politics with this person, so you're just playing the game back. It's also an energy of again, learning some type of skills. So even if this person seems to be a little sneaky around you, you could be mirroring them right back and being sneaky right back, or you're learning how to deal with this person. Also with the Page of Pentacles, talks about building on an opportunity. So even if someone is trying to use you in a plot or a ploy, you could be using this person back for their resources. Okay, that could be financially, that could be career wise, that could be for networks, connections, that could be for your adventure, your own adventure, to have some fun. You could be like, I'm using you to have a good time. All right, so there's this energy of you keeping things very cool and not really showing your hand when someone, it could be using you for something or charming you for something, or maybe even trying to get attention from someone else. Okay, we do have the King of Ariel as your card as well. This talks about success or being successful or being around someone who's very successful, stability, being stable, being around someone who's stable, feeling accomplished. Okay, you may have your own plans behind the scenes that you're not letting this person know about. They think that they're getting by on you. You could be accomplishing getting by on them, especially with that Page of Pentacles. You're just very focused, all right? And you're very composed. You're not going to show your hand. And it also talks about power, all right? So you could be around someone in a position of power that could be giving an opportunity to you, maybe not right now, but down the line. So there's this energy of playing the game, you know? Someone thinks that they are playing you, or maybe they're not really intending to play you. They could be using you for something like to get attention. But you are using them right back. That's what this feels like, okay? And this card says your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success. So this could be, even if this is a romantic situation, a dating situation, this could be helping you in a professional way or financially. And it tells you to use your resources wisely. So I feel like you're making some really wise decisions to not react. All right, that's what I'm getting. And there's a lot of focus on a goal here. You know, you may not even be focused on the situation. You're like, I have a goal. There's an opportunity here. I'm going to utilize it. All right, so this could come out, even if this is not romantic for some of you guys, this could even be in work or maybe even connections, maybe budding friendships even. But it does feel like someone is reconciling as well. So there could be someone from your past coming towards you and you could be using them for what they're good for. All right, that's what I'm getting here. What the hell? So let's see. Tell me some messages for my Saggies. Even if it's a family member you don't really get along with, you know this person has something up their sleeve. You're like, I have something up my sleeve too. All right, so it feels like mutually beneficial. Wow. All right, let's see what's going on this weekend. What should my Saggies be aware of? Saggy masculines and feminines alike. Saggy and Sagittarius placements. Tell me about this weekend for my Sagittarius. What's happening this weekend? Mutually beneficial. Okay, first and foremost, we have the Tower. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Hangman. And the Queen of Pentacles, yeah. There's a change in perspective with a certain situation. You know, if you're used to going into situations very traditional and expecting a traditional makeup or a traditional, I don't know, framework in a system, you are thinking very outside of the box. You're thinking unconventional. Your perspective or your mindset could be shifting in a situation to where you are getting some type of benefit. Okay, you're like, there's a bigger goal here or there's a bigger picture here. I don't really care about this nonsense. I'm still going to get mine. All right, so there's definitely this energy here that's coming out this weekend. You are keeping your composure about something, especially this Tower energy. And it's because you are expecting maybe generosity or you're expecting a very proud or happy ending or conclusion. Okay, so when this does come to an end, which it could be, or when this comes to a conclusion of you getting whatever you're after, you're expecting a very happy conclusion, all right, whatever that may be. So you could be keeping your composure with something because you have an end goal here. Now someone else has an end goal as well. All right, we're going to see about that. Yours is you're trying to get generosity out of a situation to help you maybe financially or career-wise. What is this person's intentions who's coming towards you? What is this person's intentions here? To be seen. Okay, someone wants attention. That's what I'm getting here. All right, so someone definitely does admire you. So this friend, this family member, this romantic interest, someone does admire you with the Page of Cups. Someone also may want to reconcile because I am getting a strong energy of reconciliation. Someone could want to reconcile to apologize to you or to amend things, but someone does have feelings for you. They're very like settle, okay? Someone could have a crush on you and that type of thing. But I also feel like the Hermit, someone wants to come out of hiding. All right. Someone wants to be seen. Someone could be trying to get attention. Someone also could be trying to get communication from someone. And that's where you come in. All right. Someone could be using you to get someone jealous, is what I'm getting with the Hermit. All right. What else? Tell me more about this person's intentions coming towards Sagittarius. It's like someone wants attention from another situation. I'm over here with Sag, and look how good Sag looks, or look how smart or intelligent Sag is, or look how successful Sag is. I'm trying to get attention from this person that I feel like did me wrong, okay? So there's this energy that I'm getting with that. And I feel like you're going to know that, all right? You're picking up on someone's behavior, especially with that Page of Pentacles. You also have the Page of Swords here. So you are more keen than someone knows. You're more psychic than someone knows, all right? Again, sorrow is here. And we also have court officials. So someone's trying to get justice in a situation that left them very devastated. And they could be utilizing you to get that, all right? But you have your own tricks up your sleeve, and you have your own uses for this energy as well. So for you, it's more so like this change in perspective. It doesn't even matter. If you're trying to get someone jealous, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm trying to move towards the end goal, which is the King or the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so you really don't give a fuck. That's what I'm seeing. You don't care. All right, let's talk about this Tower, because something is going to be dropped right in your face. It's going to show you exactly where you stand with someone. It also could show you the reality of a situation that you may not have known. So this is like something shocking that's happening. All right, I see that you are witnessing this. You're not oblivious, okay? You're not naive to this with the Page of Swords. You're seeing something for what it is. You also could be doing your due diligence. You could be doing your research. You could be gathering your information. But I don't see you acting on it, all right? Hangman energy. It's almost like I'll stow this information away for a later date. It's an energy of like really using your resources. Even if you find something that's unfavorable, instead of bringing it to the forefront, you could be stowing it away for later use, for your advantage. Does that make sense? For example, if you're on a date with someone and, you know, they get up to go to the bar, they get up to go to the bathroom, and you see like someone's calling and it looks like maybe it's an ex, you may be holding on to that information for a later date, you know, for your advantage, not to blow up right now, okay? You could be taking that, and if something unfavorable happens in the future, then you'll say, well, you know, on our first date, I seen that your ex was calling. All right. So you're not really innocent. So there's this energy of like playing the game, especially with that Page of Pentacles being here. Tell me about the Tower. What is happening this weekend that Sag may be seeing? There's something very unconventional about you these days, okay? Not very traditional. It's almost like you could care less, but you know that it holds weight or leverage. Tell me about the Tower, or someone's doing this to you. All right, Queen of Cups is here. And the Three of Cups definitely could be happening when you're out and about having fun. Feels like a very casual, lighthearted date or lighthearted hangout. Something is happening that does mess with your emotions with the Queen of Cups. It feels like something does hurt, or something could be dismantling. Maybe if you were starting to like someone, or if you really had deep emotions for someone, it could be dismantling that, showing you the truth of a situation, okay? And it's happening during like maybe you're drinking with someone, or you're out. Could be on a date that's very lighthearted. It's not that serious, not that deep. You could be having fun with this person. Something is definitely being pushed to the forefront, and it could hurt your feelings, but the way that you react is not, you have like emotional regulation, almost like Strength card energy, okay? Tell me about this Tower. Yeah, we have sorrow here, okay? So something does make you sad, but you hold yourself together very well, all right? And I think the only reason that this is happening is because you feel like maybe this could be leverage, okay? Or this could, maybe you're just like, there's a bigger goal at hand that I'm not willing to sacrifice just for this. I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to get what I want out of the situation. And then maybe it'll come up or maybe it won't because I'll be so distracted by my accomplishment. All right. So you are definitely seeing something here, something that definitely should end a situation because we have fatality here, but you are thinking about some type of great fortune that's yet to come. You're holding out. This is kind of messy, all right? I'm not going to lie. It's a little messy here. Tell me about the Page of Swords. I feel like this is your energy. You're over here watching. Maybe you're snooping, or maybe you don't even have to snoop. The information comes to you with the Tower, okay? So tell me about the Page of Swords. Coming from this Tower, what is the Page of Swords here? All right, Five of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups, okay? You think about leaving someone out in the cold. Five of Pentacles, definitely. You could be leaving someone out in the cold. You could be walking out on someone. You could be silencing their notifications, blocking their calls, whatever. Someone does get left out in the cold for a brief moment. I do feel like whoever this is could be very apologetic because the Page of Cups is coming out again. There's also this energy of like someone's doing something behind the scenes, but they do have feelings, okay? It's an energy of I like you, but I'm not in love, okay? So like someone still has a affinity for you, but it's also like, you know, this person could be still holding back or they're still attached to something. Also, Page of Cups is an energy of like, you know, even though my emotions could be very, very strongly about this in a negative way, do I react? Because Page of Cups can talk about being emotionally immature or premature or emotional dysregulation. So you really are like getting all the information that you need. I do see this energy of wanting to blow up or wanting to, you know, bring something to someone's attention, but you choose not to, especially with that Hangman. You choose not to. It's like you're being very strategic. All right, tell me about this. What's the Page of Swords? Yeah. You decide to hold on to it possibly for a long time. You have some type of strategy here. All right, you have a strategy here. Someone's going to be communicating to you, reaching out to you again, maybe after you see this and you're not bringing it up. You're like, I'll keep it stowed away for later. This will come in handy later. Right now I need to focus on a goal. All right, Hangman. So you kind of do not react at all. Hangman. Hangman could also feel like you feel stuck in a situation. Like if I do react, it's going to ruin something for me. If I do react, you know, then, you know, there goes my career. Or if I do react, there goes my money. Or if I do react, there goes my connection, my relationship to network, okay? So there's something that you're holding on to because you don't want to lose an opportunity. Think about the Hangman. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, okay. And the Chariot. You really have success in hand or in mind, all right? You're like, I can move past this obstacle because Chariot is all about moving past any bumps in the road. You're like, I'm going to move past this. I'm going to take it on the chin. I'm going to continue to work with this person or compromise with this person with the Three of Pentacles because I have a bigger goal here. It's like once you achieve your goal, then you can react or then you can, you know, do whatever you choose. Then you can cut this situation off if you choose to. Right now, you're just thinking of a bigger goal and you're being very strategic. You're learning how to play the game. I don't know if this is career-wise for you. Maybe even something's happening career-wise and you're choosing not to react. You could be going out with coworkers. It is Friday. You could be going out with your coworkers after work. Someone maybe gives you some valuable information with the Page of Swords about maybe a higher up. It's kind of hurtful, but you're like, no, I'm not going to allow someone to trick me out my spot or to retaliate. I'm going to play dumb and I'm just going to get what I need first and foremost. And then I'll revisit this, okay? If it's romantically, it could be someone that you're dealing with. You could see grand opportunities with this person. I don't know what that is, but they are unlocking some type of financial opportunity for you. So you choose to take something under the chin here. You decide to continue to work with this person or be around them, or to compromise even, how you feel. In the Chariot, you're looking to move forward in a very successful way, okay? This could be your thoughts. You're like, yeah, this sucks, but at the same time, there's bigger things on the horizon. Yeah, gift. You're waiting for an opportunity. You know this opportunity is very close. You know that it's coming. It's like a golden opportunity that you will be receiving very soon. And you're not going to jeopardize that because of your feelings, okay? So there's some strategy behind this. There's a new opportunity on your horizons here. You're thinking about your money and your career. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. You're very strategic, especially when it comes to money-making opportunities. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles here. King of Wands. Someone is going to be chasing you a lot, okay? It's almost as if maybe someone has a double life. I feel like you don't bring something to the forefront, right? You don't confront this person and they're just chasing you. Now you're able to see things from a different perspective. You start to think, how fake? How fake are you, right? But I do feel like someone is very attracted to you right now. They really want to conquer you. They really want to have you right now, okay? So King of Wands, someone is really chasing after you, Sag, and you know that you have a great position right now of being chased or sought after. Someone really wants to give you some type of opportunity. It could be on false pretenses because this person doesn't even know that you know something, right? But it doesn't matter. It's like, I need to get mine, all right? So King of Wands, you have a goal here that you're not willing to sacrifice. Something that you've been manifesting is coming true. And you're being very strategic to have your way with that, all right? So something that you've been manifesting for a while is finally coming true in regards to your career, your business, or your finances. Just because of this little hiccup, you're not going to allow your feelings to control how you move forward. I feel like you're like, if this is what's happening behind the scenes, I need to get mine. It's kind of like that energy. If this is what's happening behind the scenes, let me get mine first, okay? Let me not retaliate just yet. Let's see. All right, so you could be punishing someone by making sure that you're getting your opportunity. I don't know. You could be punishing someone by making sure that you're getting your opportunity, but you also could be depleting resources, okay? So not only are you going to be getting your opportunity financially, career-wise, you're getting more. You're like, I'm walking out of here with more than I expected, more than I wanted in the first place. So there's almost like this renegotiation of a contract. Could be spiritually, could be energetically, but you definitely, now you're being a little bit more ruthless with how you're going to get whatever this is that you're seeking after, okay? Let me see. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles, Magician. Tell me about the King of Wands energy. Someone is not as smart as you here, okay? Obviously, someone's just not, they're not picking up on things, right? You're picking up on something. Someone's not picking up that okay? It shows through their behavior. They're very like gung-ho or chasing you. So you can tell that they don't know. All right. I do see with the Magician, we have short illness here. So if you are feeling a little sad or disappointed, or even if this considers you to have some type of heartbreak, you know that that feeling is temporary. You have a bigger goal at hand. All right. Also, Magician is a manipulative energy. So you could be manipulating this situation into your favor, especially now that you know that something behind the scenes is not right. You may not have a conscience when it comes to this manipulation. You're like, all bets are off, or all is fair in love and war. All right, let me get mine. With this person who's chasing you this weekend, who has no idea that you found something out. First of all, we have infant here. So there's a childish energy for this person. They could be a little premature when it comes to maybe they're not picking up on this really well. You could be more experienced than them. As they're trying to play the game with you, you're just a little bit more experienced than them. And you're learning firsthand off of them, right? You're learning firsthand how to act in a situation off of them. If someone is being reserved and guarded and private and secretive, then you're learning that from them and you're doing it better. All right. So there's this energy of that. Also, there's a conversation that you're going to have with this person. Definitely some theatrics here. Okay. I see you pretending. You're going to see that someone really has no idea that you know something. Okay. And you're going to keep it copacetic just like that. You're not going to give them an inch or a mile to run with. You're keeping things very chill. All right, so there's lots of communication coming from this person. There could be a date happening, and there's also some type of revelation, something that you just did not expect. But it puts you in a position to, karmically, you don't have to be thorough, okay? Like karmically, you know that someone is not doing right behind the scenes, so therefore now you don't have to do right, okay? You can actually play the situation however you would like to. That's what it feels like. And you're keeping your cards very close to your chest here with this energy, all right? Ooh, this is something. This is something, guys. This is an interesting one. All right, let's see. Any other messages for Sag? What does Sag need to know about this situation moving forward? How should they move forward? What energy should they embody as they move forward in this situation? What energy should they embody? Ooh. All right. Okay, we have the Four of Ariel. I feel like this came out already, or maybe this came out in your extended that I did for the last reading. Okay, but the Four of Ariel, it says, when you give, you also receive. All right, so if you are trying to receive an opportunity from some situation, you have to give. No matter if you find out something that's unfavorable, still give to a situation to get your outcome. Feels like a lot of manipulation, all right? It says that you could be a little resistant to change, okay? So there's something telling you to not be stubborn. Something also could be telling you to be a little unconventional. It says extremes in how you save or you spend your money, all right? So Four of Ariel. We also have the Chariot coming out as well, again. This card says determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. And you also have the Four of Michael. This one says insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from stress, okay? Even if you need a moment, after this situation to just collect your thoughts, do that. Usually that Four of Michael's like Four of Swords energy. So, definitely a need for more sleep. Maybe this situation will allow you to get more rest, so that you're not really exhausting yourself this week. If you find out something and you and this person are supposed to hang out the whole weekend, you may go home early and just rest it up. And there's also some insights that will come from that reflection of how to move forward. Okay, so only you will know how to move forward with this. I feel like you have a big goal at hand that you want to achieve with this situation. So I feel like that is going to weigh heavier than maybe just confronting something right now. There's something about playing the game. I see an energy of playing the game. All right, let's get some last words. I am going to do an extended because I wasn't planning on it, but I'm going to do an extended because I feel like this is a very juicy reading and I'm curious to know what's going to happen next, okay? But let's get some last words for my Saggies watching to conclude this message. What else do they need to know at this time? What else do they need to know? All right, one more card. All right. All right. Hold on one second, guys. All right, bottom of this deck, we have snooping and stalking, okay? So you could be doing some snooping or something's coming to light that's going to cause you maybe to do your research, or someone could be doing some snooping on you at this time. So just keep that in mind. Also, we have Leo energy, so look out for a Leo. Look out for a Leo, all right? We also have gemstones, so crystal healing could help you this weekend if you are feeling devastated or sad about something. Also, Gemini, look out for a Gemini. We have juggling partners, okay? So that could be found out this weekend. Someone's juggling. We have hard work paying off, okay? So if you've been working really hard to get this opportunity or even to get your finances to what you've been manifesting, that is going to pay off for you in May. We have leave me alone, all right? So after someone finds out this unfavorable information, they may feel like they want someone to leave them alone. And yeah, that makes sense, right? We have I like you but not in love. That was the Page of Cups energy, okay? So someone could like you but not feel totally in love, or you feel this way about someone. We have I'm married. We have miserable without you. All right, look out for February Pisces or an Aquarius. Something in February could be resurfacing. We have third party involved. Highly protected. Traveling soon, okay? So you guys could be going on some type of trip very soon. We have Libra. Look out for a Libra as well. Insecure. Okay, something could be making someone feel a little insecure, all right? We have vacation. So again, traveling soon. There could be a vacation coming up very soon. We have July, Cancer or a Leo. Look out for a Cancer or a Leo. Something in July could be popping off. May, June, July. Okay, that's interesting. So we have a couple months before that happens. We have facing consequences. Someone's sneaky ways, they will be facing consequences, and it may not happen right now. It could come out later, all right? We have transformation. You could be going through a deep transformation, even in the way that your mindset is or the way that you think. You could be moving away from traditional to unconventional ways. We have gamble win, okay? So if you're doing something a little risky right now, or if you're taking a risk right now to be able to manifest some type of outcome, I do feel like you're gonna win. Also, if you're into gambling, casino energy or lotto energy, you could have a win this weekend. We have celebrity status. And last but not least, we have siblings, okay? Look out for your siblings or someone else's siblings. Siblings could be very significant for whatever reason. All right, guys, like I said, I'm going to take this to extended. If you want to know what's going to happen, if you want to know more about maybe what you're about to find out or what someone's going to find out and how that's going to play out for the rest of May and what the outcome is going to be, definitely check out the extended. The link will be in the description box down below if you're interested, and also in the comment section. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, let me know what's going on with you. Subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed as of yet. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. All right, bye guys.